Okay, so in today's tutorial I will be making a tutorial on how to make a bar, which can be used to be a stamina bar, health bar, or whatever. Okay, so without much talking, I would like to clear something up. Why am I doing this tutorial? Basically because the most tutorials on this topic right now are basically just showing you the code and you copy paste it and you're done. But in my tutorial I want you to know what's going on there and be able to reuse it for another idea. Okay, so now without much talking, let's get right into it. We want to insert a screen GUI and now our frame. This will be called the background frame. Okay, so background frame. Now that we have done this, now we can play around with it a bit, but before I do this I would like to change device just to see a bit better, but you don't have to obviously. So now we can customize our bar just like we want to. I think I'm fine with this design. Now we make this into something like this. You can customize your bar just like you want to. It's not necessary to be the exact same as mine. So into something like this. Now that we have our background bar, we would like to clone it and now name the cloned one to be the twin bar. Okay, now we customize the bar again and make the color to green, because in my today's tutorial I will be making a health bar. And yeah, we are done. I have now a twin bar and a background frame. So if I now select the twin bar and play around a bit here, you can see looks fine. Okay, so before we continue, right now we have a little issue. Take a look at this. So our GUIs aren't scaling right. The reason for this is simply because they are using offset right now and not scale. And to fix this, you will need a plugin called unit conversation. If you don't have this plugin, go to Toolbox and type in unit conversation and install this plugin. Now that you have this plugin, you can select both of your GUIs and click on scale position and scale size, and now this issue is fixed. So let's just check it out. As you can see, it's scaled properly. So now that we are done with our GUIs, I would just like to turn off this Xbox device. And now that this is done, we would like to create a local script. As I already mentioned in today's tutorial, it's for a health bar. So I need the player, game of players, local player, local character equals to player.character or player.character edit, wait. If you don't know what this does, simply if the character doesn't exist right now, then we want to wait until the character exists. This is all. So now that this is done, we can now say local humanoid, which is a humanoid equals to character, wait for child, humanoid. So if you don't know what this one here is, this is called type checking. Basically, I'm telling the script that this humanoid variable is a humanoid state, if it's a humanoid instance. Okay, and why this is so cool is simply because if I now type humanoid, I get all the humanoid properties, okay, which I wouldn't have on default if I remove this type checking. So now that we have cleared this, now we can say humanoid get property change signal. For this, guys, I will basically just typing and be explaining on the end everything, because this is way better. Okay, so get property change signal here. Okay, connect function. So now we need a max value and a current value. Okay, so my max value will be the humanoid's max health. Okay, and my current value will be the humanoid's current health, which is just the health. Okay, health. So in your case, if you are using this tutorial to make a let's say stamina bar, then the max value should be the max amount of stamina you can have, and the current value should be the current stamina you basically have. Okay, and for this one, the humanoid get property change signal here, if you are doing this with a value and not with a humanoid, then you basically want to say here value get property change signal and here value connect function. Okay, basically something like this. Okay, now that this is done, we need a calculation. Okay, this calculation is looking like this. Okay, so current value divided by the max value. Okay, so now this might seem a bit complicated, but trust me guys, this really isn't complicated. So what's going on there? They are dividing the current value by the max value. Let's make a quick example. Let's say our current value is on 100. Okay, so it's on 100. Okay, not 200, it's on 100. So and the max value is as well on 100 right now. Okay, so and now right now we are doing the current value divided by the max value. So basically we are doing 100 divided by 100, and if we do this, we can type it in there. Basically now, let's say 100 divided by 100, we will get 1 out of there. So calculus in our case will be 1. Okay, so and now let me just show you something. So now we can say local, no, not local, okay, exactly local, we forgot to local the tween bar. So local tween bar equals to script apparent tween bar, just located my tween bar, and now we can say tween bar that size equals to udn2.new. okay, and now it needs the x-axis. okay, and the x-axis is basically this one here. okay, from right to left. okay, this is the x-axis, and it needs that one, it needs a number we want to put there. So in our case it will be the calculus. okay, trust me, right now it might seem complicated, but I will be explaining it in a second. So the second parameter will be the x offset. This will be 0 because we don't want to use offset. So the next number is the epsilon scale. okay, and the epsilon scale will be the same number as the epsilon scale on the properties here. So in my case it's 0.042, as you can see here. okay, if you have another number than this one in your epsilon axis, then you want to put this number in here. okay, so and now we just need the epsilon offset, which again will be 0. okay, so now we can go into the game and check up how this will be looking like, and I trust and I can guarantee you guys that this won't be looking good. And if you have understand everything so far, then you should be already knowing why. So let's say I make my here to basically something like 80. As you can see right now, it will be scaling basically through my whole screen. okay, so if I make my current here to max, then as you can see it will reach the max. Why exactly is this like this? Because it's making 100 divided by 100 and it's returning 1, and we are setting this one to be the x-axis, of our tween bar. We can make this a quick example. Let's say I have just no example. Let's say I have 100 max value and 100 current value, and I'm dividing them both. I would get 1 in return, right? We just did it. So and now we are setting this one to be the x-axis, and now if we do this here, set this to not the position, damn it, not the position. okay, if we set the size to be 1, just like in our example, then as you can see this will be happening. okay, and we don't obviously want this. So what we can do to fix this? Well, it's pretty simple. What we would have to do is to basically say here times 0.8. okay, why are we doing this? Okay, first off, let me explain this number. This number is this number here. okay, it's the x-axis on default. If you obviously again have another number there other than 0.28, then you want to put this number here. okay, and not 0.28. okay, so why exactly are we doing this? So as again, let's do this from near. So we have 100 current value divided by 100 max value, we get 1. okay, now we have 1, and we say times 0.28, we say it. okay, and now if we do this, we would get 0.28, and 0.28 will now be basically the x-axis. So and now we already have 0.28 here, and this is how this will work out. So to make another example, let's say I have right now 80 current value. okay, and we want to divide this by our max value, which let's say is right now 100. So we will get 0.8, and now let's say 0.8, okay, times 0.28. okay, and if we do this, we would get 0.224, and we can type this in 0.224, and this is how my bar will be looking like if I have right now 80 here out of 100. okay, and this is basically everything that's going on in this calculation. If you still don't understand it, then I'm sorry, this is the best way I could explain it, but really it's just simple math. It really isn't that complicated. So, and now we can go into the game and make a quick testing again by basically just going to my current health and changing it to something like, let's say 10, and as you can see, it's getting properly. So yeah, that's actually it. But to basically make things a bit cooler for you all, I'm pretty sure you all would like to have it a tween and not just be teleporting. So if you don't know how tween servers work, it's time to hop off the video, because I will now be using tween servers to just let the tween bar really tween instead of just teleporting to its new size. Okay, so to make this, we need local tween service. We need the tween service equals to game get service tween service. Okay, and now instead of saying this, what we want to say is copying this one and now say tween service. Okay, create, and now it needs our instance, which will be the tween bar, and now it needs our tween info, which will be tween info.new, and now the time that we wanted to reach its goal, let's say something like 0.3. okay, and now comma, and now the goal we want to have, so a table, and now we type in our goal, which is in our case the size, and the size is supposed to go to this one. Okay, and now we can say play. Okay, so now we are basically done with using tween service. Now if we again check this up, it should have a clean animation. So let's make it 1, and as you can see, it's okay, hold on a second, unable to assign property size UDM2. Oh, my bad. It's still pretty weird that it's still tweened for whatever reason. No, hold on a second, this shouldn't be like this actually. Oh, okay, my bad. This is the reason. Okay, so like this. Yes, no. Okay, so again, so onto something like this. Tomb Night, we want to go to 10. So as you can see, it has a clean tweening, and yeah, if you wanted to tween in a longer time, then you basically want to change the 0.3 seconds to a higher number. So I really hope you all understood this video. If you still have any questions or whatever, then write it in the comments, and yeah, it would be great if you join my Discord server, because I'm daily giving things there, and yeah, you can ask me questions there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and see you all in the next video. Bye.